Good morning. Happy Monday. I am here today. I normally do not do this, but when you get in, please share this out. I am coming on today with a public service announcement to speak some truth today that needs to be said, especially prior to Father's Day. So I'm going to give it a few minutes for people to join in. I know my internet sometimes will be a little bit slow, but I'm going to tag a few people too because what I have to say today needs to be said. It needs to be said, and if this is, where I die, I die. But I'm here for the truth in love with boldness, and so please share this out. Um, and yes, your girl got her blue purplish hair back. uh, if you saw me yesterday, I had posted about making bread, and then this morning I did my hair. My father-in-law was like, "Oh, girl, you just doing it all." I'm like, yes, I'm here. Hey, Jen, good morning. Thank you. I love it too. I finally feel okay. I'm whole. I'm whole. So I'm just taking one moment just to share this real quick because, yeah, we're going to get into it today. And so, definitely, Jen, chime in. I know you have much to impart on this topic as well. Okay. And so, today, if you saw the reminder, it was a father's thought on the matter. And I have three main things we're going to be addressing today. Um, and like I said, we're going to be coming for the truth. We're going to be coming for the truth today. Um, and so the first thing I wanted to preface this by saying is one, I am a mother. I am married. I come from a mother who was a single mother at one point. I have single parent moments in my marriage and raising my kids. I have brothers, I have sisters that are both single parents. And so when I'm speaking today, I'm not coming from an ignorant space. I'm coming from a space of someone who has dealt with this, who watches other people, who has conversations. And I'm praying that this sparks a conversation to be had in your home, in your situations, especially to give um, language to the topic. But also, I wanted to come because I feel like a lot of people said it, but because who it's coming from, people are blind or just ignorant to it or choose to be. And so I'm willing to state it. So the first thing I wanted to say on the heels of Father's Day. Now, single moms, I love you, but we have to stop doing this. We have to stop saying Happy Father's Day to me, and me being a single mom. The reason why I'm saying this is because it's robbing you of the full totality and beauty of motherhood. I know what we mean behind it. I understand it. Yes, being a single mom is hard and you have to do double duty. I understand it 100%. But it's not coming across as we would want it to come across. It's coming across as bitter. It's coming across as angry. It's coming across not in the best light. Most importantly, in how people are viewing you when you say that comment, but also your children coming from someone who was raised by a single mom at one point, I so appreciate how she never made me feel like if I wanted to be with my father, if I wanted to speak to my father, if I wanted to just talk about my dad, she never made me feel like I was less than, she was less than because of his choices. And so when we say things like that, it's basically saying, I know there's a void, but I'm going to fill it. versus saying, I know there's a void, we'll get through it, we'll figure out a way. Because when you shut that door off for the opportunity of a father, it also shuts off that part in the child's mind. And so there's so many men out there, father-like figures, that there's opportunity that a child can have. There's an opportunity for you to have, to include and partner with your motherhood. When we say things like that, that mindset, it shuts us off and shuts us down from the opportunity. You hear what I'm saying? It shuts us down from the opportunity for there to be help, for there to be support. Um, I get it 100%. But Father's Day are for fathers, regardless if they're stepping up or not. Then don't celebrate it. Don't, acknowledge it as far as, that it is, but don't let it rob you of the beauty of motherhood. If you're fully walking in motherhood and mommies, let chime in, let me know if it's just me. But I am so busy and my hands are so full with just being a mother, I couldn't imagine tacking on the responsibility or the pressures of feeling like I need to be a father too. It's the truth. I love you. I pray that whoever situation, and don't get me wrong, guys, I know there are situations where the father is unsafe, the father made his own choices, all those things, I get it. But I'm saying, if we can refrain from saying Happy Father's Day to me, and I'm a mother, I'm telling you, it's going to start a whole shift in the perception or even the mindset of what it is to be a mom. I am here all day long for moms to support, to encourage, to love. And I can't watch women say comments like this, knowing that there are fathers out there that want to be fathers, knowing that there's fathers out there that want to be celebrated, but because of how the woman feels, there's a block, there's an automatic wall up, and it doesn't have to be. I am, I commend mothers, and you know what? Maybe we go double out, full out on Mother's Day. I don't know, but we can't rob men of this, and we can't rob ourselves. Yes, lady. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Mom, can we switch? Yeah, go ahead, baby. Yeah. Just give me a minute, okay? Go play the timer right now, then you play switch later. But also, I'm saying this because my second point. My son just came down here. Okay. Yes, Levi. Not right now. Please play your tablet. Give me a moment. The only way that we can impart something to someone is if we have it within ourselves. We've gone through it. We are in it. We know it. There is no way as a woman we can impart manhood to a son. We don't have manhood, so we can't impart it. I can tell you all day what it's like to be a woman, but I cannot tell my son how it is to be a man. I'm not going into it, but think of other aspects of our life that we can share and impart to other people. I can't share and impart to someone what it's like to be something other than a Black woman. I don't know it. And so what this statement is doing when we say, I'll teach my son how to be a man, we are robbing that son of the experience of the fullness of manhood. When I leave that space for my son, I'm leaving it for his father. I'm leaving it for maybe my brothers, my father to step up, men in the community. There are men out here that are loving children so hard, that are loving and encouraging children. But if we say, well, I got this, we just cut off help. We just cut off support. We just cut off the opportunity for there to be fullness in your son's manhood. Yes, Jen. Jen says it really does rob us from being fully present as a mother. The situations vary, but there is power in motherhood that we lose when our anger, bitterness, etc. gets in the way. Our children and we ourselves deserve the best from us. Ma'am, that's it. That's it. And it's sad, it's unfortunate, but it's breeding this toxic environment around conversations, being a single mom or being a single father. Um, I think there's so much that goes into it. We see the single mother, but we don't often see the single father. Now, it could be because there's not a lot of them that are present. I get that. But there are a lot that are. And we don't have conversations around single fatherhood. We don't have conversations around how to deal with someone that's bitter. I've seen it time and time again. Fathers out here doing their best. My father did his best. Now, is it what I had envisioned as a child? Is it what my mom had envisioned as far as what a father would be? No. But he did the best that he could. And had my mom cut off that space, I would have never known him. Would have never known. I would have never, that ache in my belly, I would have always longed for it. And so what is happening is we're seeing as single moms raising single children, then we're seeing that breed more single mothers. And if you ask a single mother, and correct me if I am wrong, if you are a single mother, but if you ask a single mother, hey, if you had a supporting, doting, dedicated, committed father for your child, would that have made your experience being a mother better, stronger? Would you have welcomed that? And I guarantee you, a woman that is mature, a woman that really sits down and chews on it will say, you know what? It would have been so much better having a supportive man. Now, again, I'm not saying if the man is not supportive, if he's not committed, if he's a danger to the child, yes, 100%. But we have to open these doors up for men. We can't keep closing them out and then being mad and saying, where's all the men? They were raised by single women. They weren't given the opportunity to have a father, have a male figure in their life. And so they're, oh, you're okay if you have a child on your own. My mom did it. Why are we praising that? Why are we praising survival and not thriving? Yes, mommies can do it. Yes, fathers can do it on their own. But look at the beauty if we work together. Okay? And so find a man, find a male figure. I'll be praying with you. I'll be seeking the Lord, but there's all kinds of avenues, opportunities if you would just open your mind up for the opportunity for a male to step in. Now, this is a part B to that one. Women cannot give a daughter what is needed from a father. This comes from the conversation, I got it, I can do it all by myself. We can't have babies by ourselves. We need a seed from a man. We can't. It is biologically impossible. So for me to say, don't worry, you don't need no man. You got this on your own. I'm going to just take it on all myself, not even look for help, not even open the opportunities up. I got this. There's a part of your daughter that's a part of women. We are longing for the affirmation that comes from a male. This is why we see women running out of here, all around, looking for attention. They're craving something that they did not get from a father. Only a father can impart it. Again, you cannot impart something that you don't have. And truthfully, there aren't a lot of spaces that are dedicated to single fathers. Yeah, especially Black fathers. Nearly non-existent. Yeah, because we don't have the conversation. So why would someone create something if it doesn't exist? But that's a lie. It's a lie. There are men out here doing it, doing it. Big ups to my friend Daniel. Big ups to my friend Josh. Big up to my brothers in Christ that love their children. They cannot wait for their weekend. Big ups to my dad. They they make it work what they can do, what they're given. And the court system doesn't really help because I've also seen toxic women shove men out and the court system support it. There's not that dialogue that's happening. There's not that watchful eye. And so there are men out here that drop their children because of how difficult it is just to be a part of their life. And I'm gonna put this nugget in here real quick, especially for women that have not had kids yet. Look at me. Okay? I'm saying this out of love. My body, my choice. Make it my body, my choice before you lay down with him. You need to have the same power, the same indignation, the same boldness before you lay down with that man. You know what? Wait, hold up. Matter of fact, I got something for you. Before you lay down with a man, say to yourself, is this the father I want for my child? Because you have more than a 50-50 chance of getting pregnant. I've seen people get pregnant with birth control. I've seen people get pregnant, missing ovary. I've seen it. You just never know. So you want to flip out then. How about that? He says to you, oh, it don't feel the same without it. Well, look at here, sir. I ain't trying to have no kids with you. Okay? Be bold. If it doesn't feel as good without it, well, baby, then hold off and wait till you get married. So you can have the full, beautiful experience of it all. Because you're risking yourself, your health, your mental well-being, and your future and that of your children just to get your rocks off. So let's be real about it. My body, my choice before you lay down. Okay? And yes, you guys, please do not get it twisted. I know there's different variables, different situations. I get it. I am speaking in general. Every situation is different, but I'm speaking in general. If we can step back for a moment, and even just after this live, have the conversation. Have the conversation. Have the dialogue with yourself. Have the dialogue with other men around you. Have the dialogue. Because something is happening where we're seeing this continuing to breed. And it's a badge of honor, it's a badge of pride to make these comments, to take this stance. And it's really toxic and it's hurting our generation and the generations to come. So it is what it is. Last one I'm going to address today. A father's relationship with a child can be different than it is with you. I've seen this a lot to where it breaks my heart because a man could be horrible to marry, horrible to date, horrible to be with, but have been a phenomenal father. I've seen men, and I'm saying this. I know I think there's enough toxic stuff about men. I'm going to say the positive stuff, and I pray that if this is coming across to a father that isn't doing right, I pray this comes as a correction for you, because there is beauty in being a father. I watch my husband do it day in and day out, and the joy that's on his face when he sees his children run to him, can't wait to be with him, encourage him. I've seen him lay his head on my son's lap and they just stroke his hair. They love their father. It's a love that you will never experience other than with your child. So I see men out here loving their children, even though they don't get along with the mother. And let's be honest, a lot of it has come from one night stands. A lot of it comes from relationships that were already toxic, and we're thinking that a child would save it. Um, thinking a child would be the thing that brings you together. We've seen it trap men, be used as a ploy, kids used as pawns. And so we have to get back to we have to get, I don't know if mess up is back, but we have to get a place where we understand how God created it, why God created it, because if God meant it for us to do it all on our own, we would be seahorses. And so if we would just take a moment and really think about what we're saying, what we're feeding our children, would we really want our daughters to grow up and be a single mom? Will we really want our sons to grow up and not know what it's like to be a man? Do we really want our kids to grow up thinking that I didn't have a relationship with my father because of my mother? I know we want to protect our babies, I do. But there's a way that you can protect your child and give them the opportunity to know their father, for him, for themselves. I appreciate my mom, my mother-in-law. I've watched them go from terrible situations in relationships to giving their child the opportunity to get to know their father. And you know what we end up saying afterwards? A lot of them end up saying, Mom, I thank you for letting me get to know my father for myself. Huh? For the good and the bad. Because then I can evaluate, oh, it's not my mom in the way. It's not her fault. My father's just who my father is, good or bad. And so you can protect them. You can give them wisdom. My mom, there were times I did not want to go with my father, but my mom encouraged me, go spend time with your father. And I'm so glad because now here I am. I know my father. I got to choose my dealings with him. Now I'm older. We've had our differences, but we're able to work it out. And it was never because my mom's fault. We don't want to do that. It's unhealthy for us to say, you know what? I'm going to stick it to you by kicking and keeping your kid away from you. It's not good and it's not healthy. And yes, I know there are situations where there's some crappy men, and we know the different things we could say about it, but they are good. They are good. I've seen them. They're around. Maybe we just gotta hold out for them. Maybe they're immature at that stage, so give them some time. I know men grow more mature as time goes on. Maybe get you a 50, 60-year-old man. I don't know. But we got to open these spaces up for men, ladies. We got to give them room. Men, I pray that I did you justice today. And I'm not speaking on behalf of men. It wasn't a group of men that a collective that said, hey, go say this. It's just what I've heard, what I've seen, what I've felt, what I know. And I'm like, this isn't fair. This isn't fair. Someone needs to say something. And I'm praying that because I'm a woman, because I'm a mother, because I come from a line of women having to do it on their own, I pray that it comes from a space of, I'm not biased. I don't have anything to gain from this. I just want the truth. I'm here for the truth. I love the truth. So, yes. So, share this video. Keep the conversation going. I pray that even in the comments, when people tune in later, you'll say something. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what you think. Because if at least we can have these conversations, we could pull in some men to have it. And quite frankly, men, they're not like us women. Will but men won't. But I'm praying that if we open the door, we might hear them say something. We might hear them chime in. because their voice is important. And I pray that we can get some maturity and some boldness out in these streets. So that's your Mommy Mondays for today. Thanks, Jen, for sticking with me. I pray that as you guys tune in later on in the day, that you be encouraged. Everything in its proper space, everything is proper order. It makes something so beautiful. So happy Father's Day coming to all the fathers. I love you, mothers. Keep doing great work every day. All right. Have a good day on purpose.